Hi Pisces, Happy New Year. Welcome to your monthly reading for January 2024. Thank you as always to everyone who watches, likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. These are the oracle decks I'll be using for today's reading. We're going to start with a message from this one, Goddesses, Gods and Guardians. And the messages are for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. So, what is your main theme or main message? Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising for January 2024. I have been saying 2024. I'm now thinking, have I been saying 2023? I know that I was getting my dates wrong all through last week, I think it was, or the week before. So when I recorded the videos, I kept on saying the wrong year or date or something. And even when I've spoken to people, I've gotten things mixed up. It's a weird one. But anyway, what is the main message for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising? And I have to say, I should have shown you when it happened. Every time I've looked at the bottom of the deck, it keeps on showing a like a mermaid or King Neptune or something like that on the bottom of the deck. So, and we're in Pisces, which is, yeah, part of the symbology with Pisces can be mermaids. So, but we'll see what card comes out for you. So Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, January 2024. Okay. You've got Baba Yaga, Patience. So this one doesn't come out very often. I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory, but I will read it from the book. But let's get your tarot cards out as well. So what is it you're needing to have patience with or be patient about? Usually one of the first messages, well, no, actually, it's not always the first message, but I am thinking here, is there anything you need to be patient with yourself? Possibly. But let's see what your cards say. So another card to go with the... That was quick. Okay, it might not be yourself today. It might be in terms with other people, because the Three of Pentacles is a card of collaboration. Although, if you are involved in something, I'm thinking, I don't know why this is coming to mind about comparisons, or you know, if you're working in a group with people and you sort of wondering if you match up or something. But let's see if you sort of fit in with that. And need to be patient around that. But let's see what happens. What's your energy specifically? How are you dealing with this? So you have the Five of Cups, okay. You could be feeling disappointed if something's not coming together or working, or you're waiting on other people. Or you may be disappointed in other people, because I know with... For me, with the Five of Cups, because I always see the three cups there, 2 cups there, where the 3 cups have spilled out, for me, it speaks of where you were let down, possibly, or where you thought there would have been support and there wasn't. But there is still the 2 cups behind the person. So there's still opportunities to connect with others, to get support and understanding. Let's see what the external energy is, if this is another person specifically. Well, the Seven of Pentacles is a card that speaks of patience, isn't it? And you have with it the Wheel of Fortune. So there might be something about needing something to change. I don't necessarily feel, well, yeah, it could be another person potentially, if there's something you're waiting or have been waiting for them on. They might be stalling things by kind of debating if it's worth it or not. I think one example I just gave in, what was it, the reading I just did? I've done quite a few readings today. You know, if you were dating somebody, and I'm not saying this whole reading is about relationships, but if you were dating somebody, I said we all have like a cutoff point where, like, say on the first date, you might be still thinking, oh, is it worth it? Are we compatible? Is there any potential to go long term? But then we all reach that cutoff point. For some people, it might be a month. For some, it might be 3. For some, it might be 6. But we all get to a point where you can't be in that Seven of Pentacles energy asking, is this going to work? Like, is it worth it? Kind of, well, not is it going to work, but is it worth it kind of energy. It's like by that point, whatever your cutoff is, it's like, you know, if it's going to go anywhere or not, or if you even are compatible or have feelings for the person, don't you? Like 6 months later, if you were still questioning if you had feelings for somebody in a relationship, yeah, Maybe some people that doesn't bother them, but yeah, I think for me, I think after 6 months, and if I wasn't sure of my feelings after 6 months, I think, yeah, I think it probably isn't gonna go anywhere, possibly, but everybody's different. So it's like somebody's waiting for something to change. So I'm just gonna take a brief pause because my throat is just so dry. No matter how much I drink, it's just very dry. Right, Pisces. So if it looks a bit different, I just move the cards along and I accidentally press the stop button instead of pause. So let's see. Let's see what the rest of you guys say. See, I've just had a big drink and my cold lime, and my throat is still. I don't know what's going on. It's been like this in every reading. So sorry for everyone who has to listen to the throat clearing, but there's not a fat lot I can do if I'm drinking water or juice and it's not doing anything. So past energies around this. We have the Hermit. I mean, the Hermit is a person who's patient, aren't they? They're on their journey. Like I always say, they look like they've been on their journey for 100 years. It's just all they care about is their mission, which is to seek the truth, no matter how long it takes. Current or present energy around this. I was going to say, and I didn't, but yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if you're waiting for somebody to speak up on something because of this throat business that I'm having. Like, you would expect drinking something would solve the problem. I was thinking, it's like, when somebody's about to say something, they clear their throat, and it's almost like there's delay tactics before someone says something. Are you anxiously awaiting someone to say something? I mean, you might have been physically engaging or involved in something with someone, and you were waiting for them to say something. I'm thinking, have they already said something? Because the Ace of Swords is in the present. We've got the Nine of Swords. I think it feels more like waiting. So like one example would be if you, sorry again. I mean, Three of Pentacles can be connected to work and like apprenticeship opportunities, learning, stuff like that, higher learning. If you were waiting on the outcome of a job interview or something like that, that would cause some people to be stressed out. If you've been waiting a very long time, you would be disappointed. You might even be, if you've had problems getting a job, and then you're waiting on the results of another interview or interviews, you would get down, wouldn't you? It would make you feel down because you're sort of in limbo trying to get a new job or whatever it is you're trying to do, and it's just waiting on someone else. So let's look at this future energy. That was too, wow, okay. You know what, actually, I'm going to keep it. I was going to say that was too quick, but number one, communication, which I said, are you waiting on something? And the Eight of Wands is known to be quick. So let's take it and see what happens. Let's get the guidance for you. And it might not be work. It could be on a relationship. It could be on to do with money, family. Right, Two of Wands. See, this is someone in limbo, isn't it? Two of Wands. I mean, upright, it's where you're going to make a choice. Where you can make a choice. For me, in reverse, it's like where there's a bit of a blockage, something holding you back. So it's like, I mean, I know it's advice, but it's almost like you can't make a choice until you get whatever information it is that you need, because this can be information as well. So let's look at that message. First of all, the Baba Yaga card. So it says, let things develop gradually, take your time. To the Slavic peoples of Eastern Europe, Baba Yaga is the old woman of autumn whose spirit lived in the last kernel of harvested grain. Slavic law said that the female who ate this kernel would bear a child the following spring. In Russian folklore, Baba Yaga is the forest witch who travelled through the air inside her cauldron. In Old Russian, Baba may mean midwife or sorceress. She's the wild hag, a babushka or grandmother. Oh, that's what I'll say what I'm going to say in a minute. A babushka or grandmother goddess of matrilineal wisdom, with a gathering basket containing woodland medicines. Her silver wolf is a time-travelling spirit teacher. Okay, I didn't even notice the wolf, to be honest. And I actually really love wolves and elephants. Yeah, babushka. So if you've ever heard of a singer called Kate Bush, and I'm like, I don't like know loads of her music and stuff, but I'm aware of who she is and a couple of her songs. One of her songs is Babushka, and I think I heard it on the radio or something the other day, like when I was in a shop or something. I was thinking, you know what the hell does this word mean? I've heard her sing it since childhood, and I still don't know what it means. And it's here, Babushka. So it's Wild hag, babushka, grandmother. She's like a matriarch, isn't she? Right, anyway. Strange synchronicity that coming up here like this. The rest of the message says, your spirit medicine from the ancient woman of the forest, Baba Yaga, is a good old dose of patience. It might not be what you want to hear, but there's simply no rushing the process. Everything in nature has a season, but in our modern world, we seem to have forgotten that all good things take time to unfold. The situation or relationship you're involved in won't respond to anxious pushing and prodding. Leave things alone for a while. Time and space are needed for this issue to heal, develop, or come to fruition. Persevere with your journey without grasping for immediate gratification. Instant results are not the way of Baba Yaga. She's inviting you to build something of quality, of real substance. Something that endures. Keep going even when it seems as if nothing's happening. There are ages and stages of accruing spiritual knowledge. You don't need to ask frantic questions of the universe, of your teachers, of yourself. Rest assured, the answers will come when it's time. You're not being given everything at once because rushing will spoil the end result. Slow cooking yields the richest, tastiest dishes. Let go of your fast-paced agenda and allow Baba Yaga to work her timeless magic. Additional meanings: make long-term plans or preparations. Any delays you're experiencing are for the best and slow down the pace of your life. The invocation says true healing and spiritual growth take time. I trust in the divine process. Okay, so yeah, I think there was another thing I was getting with that Three of Pentacles is that, say if it's whatever this refers to for you, like say if it was a project, for example, and it said, it's basically saying good things, stable, sturdy things take time. It's just making me think with this Three of Pentacles, like the theme here is that you have, so what do you have? I guess you have like a monk and you have a architect or something, and then you have the craftsman or artist or whatever you want to refer to them as, and they all take time to come together and to plan the project and to execute the work and to assess. And it's a long process, but it's very carefully planned out, and the end results are amazing and long lasting. Like, and statues are built and stuff like that from centuries ago and millennia ago, if that's how you say it, if you say millennia ago. Those things have withstood the test of time because it was a long process. I mean, I'm sure, I can't remember the exact amount of time it took, but I know sometimes if you hear stories of artists that produce works, it took them years, like even decades possibly, to create certain works that were made hundreds or thousands of years ago, and they're still here now. So, right, that's enough of me going on about that. Let's get into your clarifiers and see what this Three of Pentacles is. It's clearly something that you want to come together, whether it is involves collaboration or not. But let's see what it is. So, Three of Pentacles. What is this? What is this Three of Pentacles for Pisces? Right, we've got the Ten of Wands. Whatever it is, it feels like hard work with that Ten of Wands. It feels like hard work. And it feels like it would or could have been a long process. I'm going to try that again. Yeah, I'm going to try that again. That didn't feel good. So what else for the Three of Pentacles do we need to know? You've got the Five of Wands, so a lot of challenges with it. So hard work, a lot of challenges. This could be to do with someone's career, to be honest, and just the long, hard slug of progression and development and stuff like that. Or a specific project. Oh God, it's coming to mind as well with that Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, actually. When you watch films where someone's like into martial arts or something and all of the training that they go through, and then sometimes it's like they'll say that such and such character took 10 years to become a master in this form of martial arts or something. It's making me think of something like that, to be honest. You've got the Five of Pentacles, you have the Two of Pentacles. The word marriage is coming to mind as well, although there's nothing here at all that indicates marriage to me, but something about marriage is the word marriage was in my head then. So I don't know, that could be relevant to someone. I mean, marriages, hard work, challenges, you know, that is it's a possibility. Right, so let's see what we've got. I'm going to look at that Five of Pentacles on its own. That is making me think of, with the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, it's an energy that makes me think, wait, you know, when you get to the point where you think, you know what, is this worth sticking with, or should I just let it go? Should I let it go now? Is it worth the constant juggling, trying to get things in order? Should I just let go? Because you kind of might want a new feeling. You don't want to feel that disappointment anymore. But let's look at the Five of Pentacles on its own and see what it brings up. If it's been difficult trying to bring something together or make something work, and I mean, that could be a marriage, couldn't it? If you've tried really hard. And I think, did I read an article that said that this time of year is common for breakups? I mean, I don't know about marriages, but just romantic relationships in general. It is a time when people break up because it's that time of assessment, isn't it? Of what's working, what's not, what you want to take into the new year. So maybe that's why the marriage thing came to mind. But Five of Pentacles. I feel like they need to be up, and we have, yeah, I think there's someone might be thinking, even if it's not you, somebody might be thinking they don't know if it's worth this anymore. And it could be because things aren't clear. So again, like if you're in a relationship with someone and you're not certain how you feel, or you're not sure how they feel, and it's just all up in the air and ambiguous, you might be in a frame of mind now where you're like, you know what, I might as well just cut my losses with this. Let's get one more for that Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the Knight of Wands is ready to go off on a new adventure, aren't they? So, yeah, you might have felt like whatever this is, it's too much hard work. There's too many challenges with it. I don't know if it's worth it or not anymore. Let's just quickly look at the Page of Cups to be... I mean, as I said, I think that's just the desire for... I mean, it could be a desire for vulnerability if it was relationship related, where you don't know how someone feels and you want them to be vulnerable. But it could be a desire for a new feeling, like you're just sick of feeling stressed, tired, challenged, disappointed, and it's just like it's time to time to move on. Right, you've got the Three of Cups and the Empress. Yeah, a new feeling. Three of Cups where you feel supported. Maybe you are trying to work on something and bring something together with someone, or people, and it doesn't feel like there's the right... It's not balanced. It doesn't feel supported. I mean, usually for me, the Three of Pentacles, it would be a positive collaboration, but with the clarifiers that are out here and the other cards, it's like it's just almost like it's not worth it. And I mean, obviously we have the Patience card, which says to be patient, and that good things, it's that kind of good things come to those who wait, and it takes a long time to build something stable, that kind of energy. But initially here, it's just very much questioning if it's worth it. As I say, there's a need for support. Even the Empress feels like support. You want a new feeling, whether it is about this specifically, or you just feel like, I just feel like giving up and doing something else or going elsewhere, where there is the support and I can create something new that is actually abundant, instead of sitting here for how many months, years, whatever, waiting for something to change and it just doesn't happen. So let's have a look at that Five of Cups. So Five of Cups as your energy specifically, as I say, disappointment, to be honest. And sometimes disappointment, it feels pretty painful, doesn't it? Right, I've lost that card, so I'm going to have to try and reach that without damaging the setup. I've already had an incident today where I nearly pulled the whole tripod and camera down trying to get something. Right. So Five of Cups, as I said, right, that was there, wasn't it? Yeah, it can get to the point of hurting you, especially if you've put your heart and soul into something and it's just not coming to fruition, or something's not being reciprocated. It gets to the point where the disappointment literally almost gets to the point of breaking your heart. So Five of Cups. There could be something here for someone as well. I mean, it's not coming up that strongly, but you know, if you try to help someone, you're trying to help someone do something, like whether it's that they've got some kind of addiction or something, or to get their life in order, or to achieve something. Like sometimes it can be with kids, and you just feel like no matter what you do, it's just not, they're just not getting their shit together, and that hurts as well, doesn't it? Like you kind of want them to see the light, but just isn't happening. Right, 5 of Cups. I've got that thing in mind as well now about, I don't know if you've ever seen the film with Amelia Clark. Forgotten the male actor's name is English. What's the film called? It's based on a Nicholas Sparks book, I think. What the hell is the film called? I've watched it quite a few times and I really enjoyed it. Oh God, I can't remember now. Me Before You, that's it. Me Before You. It's making me think of that, which, right, spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear this, fast forward. He's kind of given up on life, hasn't he? Because he's become a paraplegic, and he's given up on life, and it gets to the point where she's trying to help him and encourage him and kind of give him his zest for life back, and he enjoys his time with her, but in the end he does give up, doesn't he? Yeah, it's just making me think of that, with that feeling of disappointment, sadness, grief there. But anyway, 5 of Cups. Oops. Right, let's continue. I was just trying to look at the bottom of the deck then. There is a real sense here of feeling like you've lost something, and it's just like, I've lost it, and you might still be in a sense of disappointment and grief, and it's like, I've just got to move on now. I've just got to start again. If I want to progress, I've got to move on. So although that patience card is there, I mean, yeah, for some people it could mean not giving up on a situation and trying to rework it and stuff like that. For others, it could be literally that it's just, you can try it again, but it's just elsewhere. Like, again, giving the example of a relationship, if the relationship's dead, yep, that may have to end, but it means that you then don't, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up on relationships altogether, does it? It means that you then have to be patient to rebuild with someone else when you're ready, when they're ready, and it's going to take time. Like, you might have been with someone where you literally thought you were going to get married or something, and then it goes to shit for whatever reason. And it's that thought of starting again. I mean, obviously there's the pain if you've been hurt in general, there's the pain of having to detach from someone, but the thought of starting again as well for some people is really difficult to deal with. But that takes patience as well, having to recover from the lost relationship, meeting someone new. The first person you come across may not be the right one, which happens a lot. You might have to date multiple people, try different relationships, and it's just a long, hard process, isn't it? And of course, that depends on what your intentions are. Obviously, if all you care about is having fun and dating, then it doesn't really matter, does it? But if you want a long-term, you want to settle down and stuff, then that would be a long-term, longer-term thing. Right, we've got the Sun here. Yeah, it feels like you're just kind of in this frame of mind now where you feel like it might be that cut your losses kind of energy. Yeah, it's probably that cut your losses kind of energy, to be honest, here with that 5 of Cups. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you kind of, it's like saying, it's not worthwhile. You know what is worthwhile, but this isn't. So that's why you'd have to cut your losses. And it's like, it's just time to move and do something, open up to something new now, to new opportunities, to new potential. I will have a look at the 8 of Wands, because I did mention communication, if you were waiting on communication. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. Right, you've got 3 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 3 of Cups. So for some of you, it might be with this Eight of Wands, it's about progression to somewhere where things can work better, where there is genuine support, where everything is crystal clear and there's a lot of clarity with the Ace of Swords. For someone, it could be that whole waiting. I mean, you might be waiting on communication regardless anyway within the whole situation, but there might be something here with the communication where it's like waiting to, the communication will finalize. I think I'll say finalize whether there is it can be worked on, the situation or whatever this is can be worked on, or if it is dead in the water. So patience both ways. Patience if you're waiting for communication to sort of figure out what to do next, what the next step is, or patience if you know that you have to leave something behind and start again, start from scratch. So let's look at the Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Pentacles. I mean, as I said, it feels that for some of you, that feels like it could be someone making a decision that could either there's something that they need to change, or what they say might change things, or what they do might change things. But it's like, if it's someone else, they're assessing as well. So again, jobs, that would be Seven of Pentacles, someone seeing if you're the right one for the job. Relationship wise, deciding where they want to take it next. So Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles. I mean, it could, if it's not another person, it's the energy around you, forcing you to kind of question, is this working? Is it, did I just say, is this working? I was going to repeat myself when I looked at the Three of Pentacles, and yeah. Deciding if it's working. I mean, it feels like this energy, even this energy, whether it is someone else or you, it's saying it's not working. Let's see what else comes out for that. Ace of Wands. Ten of Swords. It seems like it's a difficult decision either way, whether it is you or someone else. It is giving more of that energy of needing to just start anew. I mean, could it be with the same person? If it is relationship related, or in the same place, maybe. But it is giving more of a, it's just giving such a strong energy of something not working and needing to start again and move on, because whatever the old thing is, there's a lot of worry around it. There's a lot of worry about it. I was thinking with the Three of Pentacles, is it kind of asking, can the situation be turned around? That might be a question that someone's asking here. Can it be turned around? Can we turn this around? Let's look at the Three of Pentacles and the Star, actually. But the stronger energy is one of starting again, to be honest. Yeah, it's indecisive. It's a bit indecisive. And I mean, if you're dealing with someone who's indecisive, that's, yeah, it's going to stress you the hell out, right? We've got the King of Pentacles. And I mean, for me, with it being like that, it's pretty much in reverse. It's like, can I commit to this? So whoever this is, as I said, whether it's an energy around you or someone else, it's like, do I want to invest in this long term? And I almost feel like it dehumanizes people in a weird way when you speak of people in that way. I've had someone in work refer to me as an investment, and oh my God, it's still to this day. Yeah, there's something quite, for me, it feels dehumanizing to speak of a person as an investment. I've had it in work and in a kind of situation with someone as well, romantically, where I've been referred to as an invest. Well, not the exact word investment, but the word invest has been used, and it felt dehumanizing. It was horrible. But the work one, I think that stuck with me, and it's continued to impact how I feel in certain situations when it comes to work. So yeah, oh wow. 10 of Cups. I don't even know if those were reversed now. How did I pick them up? I think it was like that, wasn't it? 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Okay, let me just get one to follow on from the 5 of Cups, because, well, overall, it's just indecisiveness of if it can be committed to, if there'll be happiness there. With the 5 of Cups, it kind of feels like wanting to avoid pain, whether it's the avoidance of someone hurting your feelings or you hurting their feelings or something to that effect. But that feels like avoidance of pain, actually. Let's get one for that 5 of Cups. I don't know when that flips, so I can't use that. Right, 5 of Cups. So we've got 2 here. We have it's confusion. It's just indecisiveness and confusion. It's like, even though there's the question of whether it's worth it or not, and a feeling of needing to start anew. There's still kind of indecisiveness around it. I mean, the Seven of Cups, I mean, it can ask if it's worth, again, is it worth pursuing this? But it's also a confused energy as well of not sure what to do. It's a struggle. I'd said it was a difficult decision, and it's a struggle being in the situation and deciding whether or not to stay with it as well, or leave it. Let's look at the Star. Yeah, so if someone is willing, if you're thinking about whether or not it's worth it, you're almost thinking, you may be questioning if this can give you what you want, what your heart wants, or just contemplating that I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get this here, so I'm going to have to go elsewhere or do it differently, start again to get what my heart really wants. Yeah, put in the work, potentially put in the work elsewhere with the Eight of Pentacles and the Magician, creating something new. So we'll move on to the past energy with this. What was it now? Seven of Cups. Okay. So Hermit energy. So I'm just trying to get these cards back in, but there are a lot of them, and some of them are reversed, so just bear with me. Right, Hermit. So it's an energy of soul searching, isn't it? It's trying to find the answers, the truth, but the truth within you. Right, so we've got the Eight of Swords. You may have had a bit of analysis paralysis with this, actually. With the Eight of Swords showing up in the Hermit. That's making me think of analysis paralysis, where you're like going deep within to figure out the answers, but you might have gotten stuck there. Let's see what else comes up. You've got the Emperor there. And it feels with that Emperor there, like one person may have had the upper hand. I wasn't going to take that, but the Emperor alone felt like the upper hand, but that Six of Wands with that almost feels like the upper hand as well. Why am I getting so much upper hand energy from this? Because that Six of Pentacles is nothing to do with having the upper hand, but I suppose, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but this is like somebody giving charity, isn't it? And it's almost, they are, I mean, literally in terms of the actual artwork, they are above the people, and financially, as I say, I don't mean it in any derogatory kind of way, but financially he's above these people. So it's making me think of he's got the upper hand financially. I don't know if financially is relevant to someone having the upper hand, but there is definitely a feeling with the Emperor, Six of Wands, Six of Pentacles, of someone having the upper hand. So again, that could be someone has the knowledge about something that you don't have, and they need to share it with you before you can progress, move on, make a choice, whatever. Like this, the decisions in their hands, possibly. Let's get one more for that. So it's like, although you may be the one who's like the truth seeker, someone else may have had the upper hand in this. Again, whether it is a romantic partner, to do with jobs, whatever it is. Eight of Cups. So let's see what that means. I mean, you don't like that feeling. You wouldn't have liked that feeling. I mean, nobody wants to be Eight of Swords. And then Eight of Cups is where you know that things don't feel good anymore. And you're aware that you're not getting your fulfillment here. I mean, the Hermit, it can be, as I say, it's seeking the truth. Is it seeking the truth of whether or not something could work, or trying to find the truth about, right, well, where can I go next and be successful next and get more balance and be more in control? So it could be a bit of both. So I don't feel the need to clarify that further. Let's get on to the current energy, the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I mean, things aren't clear. There's stress around things not being clear, potentially stress around communication. Let's have a look at that Nine of Swords and Ace of Swords in reverse. So you've got the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands. That Nine of Wands is giving me an energy of regret, to be frank. What else is coming up for this? Queen of Cups. God, another, I mean, I get regret sometimes with the Five of Cups as well. To be honest, I don't often get regret with the Nine of Wands, but that's how it felt. And then the Five of Cups, I do tend to get that. So I am going to use that word invest, I believe. Let me just get one more card out. So for someone here, you may regret having invested your emotions into something, thinking that it would have been satisfactory, that it would have given you the fulfillment that you want. To be honest, it may have seemed like a good opportunity and you regret doing that. You might be feeling like I've given all my time and energy to this and I could have been happier elsewhere or with another opportunity. That's something that comes to mind. I'm just going to get something for the Queen of Cups. That's emotions. That is definitely your emotion. So yeah, you might be regretting having invested your emotions into something. And as I say, you probably are aware that you could be happier elsewhere. You may not know how or where else you could be happy depending on what your situation is, but okay, yeah, let's move on from that and go to the potential future energy. And for some of you, it could be that you still really want something to work, because I'm almost getting on the verge of a begging kind of energy as well. I know that with this Nine of Wands, sometimes it can feel like somebody's begging for forgiveness. But yeah, you still, although you might have an idea in your head that it's just not working, for some of you, it might be that you still really want it. You wish you could do something to make it work. Right, Eight of Wands, potential future energy. So it could be progression, moving on. It could be information coming in, communication coming in. You've got the Knight of Wands. So first of all, that would be progression, like going off on a new adventure, like cutting your losses and going off on a new adventure. That was kind of an accident how that fell. Ace of Swords, I mean, okay. It's like a dual message as usual. It could be that information comes in, if you were waiting on information that comes in and makes it clearer what you can now do. Or it could be that you just in general become clearer about what you want to do and what path you want to take. Well, you've got truth there and communication multiple times as well. So yeah, it's a dual message. So yeah, answers will come in, whether it's from someone else or whether it's you that establishes your truth and what you want to do about this, how you want to progress. The truth, yep, truth is revealed. I will clarify that Seven of Swords out of curiosity. This one has been making a big appearance in a lot of the readings as well, I think, for this month. Nothing? Okay. Got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck as well. Right, Two of Cups there as well. Right, so I'm going to clarify the Seven of Swords and the Two of Cups. That feels like that indecisive energy, like that limbo energy again, where you're kind of waiting for someone to give you information that can help you figure out what your next move should be. Yeah, I think it looks like information comes in and the truth is revealed one way or another. That can help to take you out of any limbo, indecisiveness, stalemates, that kind of thing. So you can focus on what you really want and building your own security again. Let's look at the Two of Cups. I will take that one. So Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's just for me, did they come out together previously, even though I put them in the deck separately? So weird when that happens. The Two of Cups, so yes, it could be relationship related, but it's more like, I don't know if I would say that it's like if it's the same situation, somebody's going to change. I don't really get that, to be honest. It's not impossible, but I get the vibes that are more along the lines of starting from fresh, starting again, probably with someone else. And it's just that now you go towards a situation that is more honourable, more in alignment with you. There's a sense of understanding, there's equality there, and it's putting the effort and energy into that instead. I mean, as I say, the Two of Cups for me doesn't always have to be about romance. It can be platonic relationships as well, work relationships. It can be about your dreams, your aspirations, your career, stuff like that. So it's just whatever you put your heart and soul into, you get something rewarding back from that. So yeah, future energy, it's an energy of progression one way or another, and there's truth that comes in, or clarity that comes in to help with that. And then that allows you to, well, not allows you, but then you can feel probably more fearless is one word to think of, but you feel more ready to move on. If you're sort of stuck now and sort of dealing with feelings of disappointment, it's like the future energy is one where you're like ready to move on from that now. So Two of Wands as your guidance. I mean, as I said, it's like a limbo energy, isn't it? And it's advice. So what clarifies that? That's a heavy energy. Five of Swords, the Tower. It's giving the vibe of, you know, when you get that message of let the tower fall, letting the tower fall. You know, when you sort of you might be holding on to something, and it's like, it's just it's a loss. It's a loss anyway. It hasn't, you might not literally, you might not literally label it as a loss at present, like it's not finalized, but it's a loss anyway. Okay, you've got the Moon and Temperance. Okay, so let's look at the Tower. You might have to be a bit ruthless here as well with that Five of Swords, because, you know, sometimes I speak about being selfish by necessity. If you're in a situation where you feel like you're being kept in limbo and kind of held hostage by somebody else's emotions, decision, whatever else, you may have to get a bit ruthless here and be like, you know what, F this, I'm not waiting for you. And then the Tower can fall. So yeah, the Tower. What's falling apart? Well, anything that's stopping you from moving is falling apart, that's for sure. Anything else? With the Chariot being about movement. I mean, the Chariot and the Two of Wands are both cards of choosing a path, aren't they? And moving towards that path. Empress, High Priestess. Wherever you felt like you can't trust yourself, if you felt like you can't trust yourself to kind of make the decision for yourself, it's kind of letting go of that falls apart. So you get into a frame of mind where you do feel kind of more empowered, and it's like, yeah, it's up to me. It's up to me to make the decision to do what I have to do for myself. Let's look at that Five of Swords. If the Strength card comes out for that, then that is definitely a sign. Yep, ruthless by necessity or selfish by necessity, because you need to get your abundance as well, and stability as well. Let's look at the Hierophant quickly. That might be about what's familiar, the old rules, the old thing that you're stuck to, and leaving that falling apart and leaving that behind. Let's have a look. Yeah, letting go and just being yourself, doing what you have to do. Let's look at the Moon. Page of Pentacles, Justice card. So again, that is the energy of it's that, I think it's the feeling. If you have the feeling that you want to start again and that it would be right for you, then to go for it. As much as the Patience card is there, I did say that for me, I feel like sometimes it's more about the energy sometimes of having the patience to start again, not necessarily to stick with something, but to start again. So the Four of Swords in reverse, the Hanged Man. I think that is the message about patience, actually. I mean, you've got the Four of Swords in reverse, which is usually when you come in. Actually, that is about coming out of limbo, isn't it? To be honest, like where you've had a break. It can be a pause, and it can be deep contemplation for me where a decision's needed to be made. You've looked at the different perspectives. Or you might need a bit more time, actually, to figure things out, possibly. Okay, that's a weird contradiction because you've got two cards of coming out of stagnation, one card of still being in stagnation. Let's get one more. I don't know if that'll help now because that's just two complete contradictions, unless it's saying that you've probably, as I said, analysis paralysis, where you've kind of looked at every possible option now and it's time to sort of make the decision. And once you take the steps towards something new, that's when you need to take it slow and have the patience to continue on the path. Right, so hopefully that made sense to you. I'm going to leave that there. This is the shortest reading I think I've done all month, actually. And I feel like there was still a lot in there. So we're going to get you a final message from the Black Moon Lilith Cosmic Alchemy Oracle deck. So final advice for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. So yeah, I did say at the beginning, I think patience with yourself. Again, if you do have to start again from scratch, be patient with yourself in that, with whatever it is you needing to start again. So final message for Pisces. So, okay, you get two. Wow, I love that. This Mars energy comes out quite a lot, you know. But yeah, I'm going to read both of them for you, so that's going to make the reading longer. But I think they're both important. Or actually, no, I'll just read the Becoming Whole again. The Mars one, it's about drive, energy, passion, as it says on the card. It's just about taking control of your life and whatever it is that you want. It's like not letting anyone, not letting anyone stop you. I think we'll put her there. Let me just quickly look at the Mars one. So it will ask you for your Mars sign, actually, I believe. It says patience. It says one caveat about Mars energy: the need for dominance and power struggles can come up now. Remember to practice patience. So yeah, have your drive, have the desire to be proactive and do what you need to do, but yeah, maintain patience, practice patience as well. Right. So I'll read this bit about your passion according to your Mars sign, because that might be helpful for someone. So it says, when you are doing something that you are passionate about, it increases your manifestation power. Find your Mars sign in your birth chart and match it to the following list with what drives you. So, Mars in Aries, leadership and independence. Mars in Taurus, sensuality and values. I forgot to say, check your birth chart. There's a, if you need to, there's a link in the description box to check to generate your birth chart so you can find your Mars sign. Right. Mars in Gemini, speech and communication. Mars in Cancer, nurturing and emotion. Mars in Leo, expression and creativity. Mars in Virgo, analysis and organization. Mars in Libra, beauty and balance. Mars in Scorpio, strategy and intuition. Mars in Sagittarius, learning and optimism. Mars in Capricorn, structure and discipline. Mars in Aquarius, logic and innovation. And Mars in Pisces, emotional depth. So then I am going to move on to, where have I actually put the message now? Right, it's right in front of me, blending into the other cards. Conjunction, becoming whole again. I think this one is probably more so important with what's happening here. But what number is that? 36. I don't think you need to check your birth chart for this now. It says, there is a glimmering light at the end of the tunnel. This is what I'm probably going to call this reading, the light at the end of the tunnel. You've burned down old realities, sat in the darkness of your soul, and cut difficult attachments. Alchemy is a heavy process, and when you receive the conjunction oracle in a card reading, it's a sign of healing and re-identification of who you are. You're stepping into who you were meant to be in this lifetime, but you can still hear the voice of imposter syndrome in the back of your mind. The oracle wants you to remember who you are when you are not feeling comfortable in this new skin. Practice. Conjunction is like hopping onto a bike for the first time. You may be wobbly and feel self-conscious, but once you master this new way of moving, you will be unstoppable. This is the fourth stage in alchemy, incorporating the element of earth, an esoteric symbol for reality, the senses, structure, and stability. Associated with Venus, the planet of harmony, this is where the physical, emotional, and energetic worlds collide, and when your new identity is transmuted into this reality. The alchemist picks up the pieces and takes the ideal material from the previous transformative stages and puts them back together as an enlightened whole. This is where you start to physically embody your true self, but there is still hesitation. Muster the strength to work through the discomfort of this new reality, or else you will find yourself back at step 1. So it says, conjunction, phase, shadow work. Positive affirmations are helpful in the moments when you feel unsure of who you are. Add them as reminders on your computer or phone, or jot them on sticky notes and place them where they are most visible to help raise your vibration during the day. Finally, it says it's time to embody your true self. You are empowering and accepting yourself. And I think that's the key thing here, is the empowerment. If somebody is keeping you in limbo, is to be empowered. So I'll leave your message there, Pisces. Feel free to like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. Thank you very much for watching, and wishing you a happy new year again.